well, first and foremost, we are connected. I mean, it was so beautiful to walk with both of you off the stage. Because first and foremost, you are so joyful, you know? And then when you are, that's what is really sharing itself. It's not some kind of dogma that is being shared.
So much of it is just an attitude of gratitude, you know, that there's so much to be grateful for. And certainly that was one lesson I got very purely from my near-death experience is there's really nothing else appropriate from you except gratitude and being very grateful for all these blessings. And a place like Uplift, I think people feel that through and through. They just live it moment to moment. It's just the gratitude that we have, all that we have here, just being conscious beings on this incredible adventure together. And I think a lot of it also has to do with that liberation from that illusion of self. In my view, as souls advance to higher and higher levels, it's really, and I think Einstein said something like this. There's a great quote from him about the degree of enlightenment of a soul is directly related to the extent to which they've been liberated from this concept of self. And you're imprisoned with these ideas of self and non-self. And so much of it, and part of it is that idea of service, that it really makes so much more sense and we get so much more fulfillment to be helping others, sharing this love with others, co-creating with loving for others and bringing benefits to our fellow souls. And with the gratitude and that liberation from self, I think that goes a long way towards helping us to get closer to that happiness and that oneness. And life means so much more.
And in fact, to jump off from what you say about the identification itself, this strong attachment and identification with this some concept of who we're supposed to be, that
Right.
that is the cause of so many of our problems.
Right.
And that is what causes fear, because
Yeah.
we never meet up to this expectation of
Right.
who we're supposed to be.
Right.
Society creates this expectation. Advertising companies feed off of it by making us feel inadequate. And the biggest lesson I learned from my near-death experience is that all of these are false concepts. The most important thing is to love myself for who I am.
Right.
Complete acceptance.
That's
And
it.
when you accept yourself, you realize, or I realized, that I was living totally from a fear of failing to meet all these other false expectations. And for me, that was like a huge shift. And it's such a huge shift that internally I can't help but feel that if everybody would get that, it would change the whole world.
Exactly.
And we can only get it within our own self,
Exactly.
not by going out and changing the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, go
I was
ahead.
just going to say that's one thing I love about your message is live from your heart. You know, really trust in your heart, live from your heart, and with that honesty, and also just do it fearlessly.
Yeah.
There's no reason. The fear, you know, that old saying, nothing to fear but fear itself, is so true. And it's by letting the fear even be there that we allow for so much of the badness in this life. And so being fearless, living from your heart, I mean, this is kind of what I get from your message that I think is so beautiful and so empowering to souls.